One thing about it, this makeup look is gonna eat every time and get me compliments every single time. And don't worry, I'm gonna show you exactly what I use to achieve this look. Hey y'all, so I have really been loving how I have been doing my makeup recently, and I've already moisturized and put on my sunscreen, but I have not primed. So the primer that I have been using lately is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and this stuff is so good because I have really big pores, and this just fills them right on in. So I just take the tips of my finger and I just press this into the skin. And this primer is much cheaper than any of my other primers that I've used in the past, because I think this is like only $10 at most. So y'all see how it just mattifies the skin and just fills those pores in, and that's what we like. For foundation, I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty Blurring Tint Stick, and this is in the shade 17. And this just glides on the skin so smooth. And I know like right now it's looking like it's not a match, but trust the process, it's definitely a match. So I'll just take my foundation brush and start blending this out. And this is different than any foundation, because with foundation, with like liquid foundation, you can just pat it to blend it out. With this, you gotta kind of just press it and drag it onto the skin to blend it really well into the skin. And be sure to get that jawline and that chin area. And I think I need a tad bit more like in this area, so I'm just gonna add just a little and blend this out. Yeah, that is much better. Yeah, that looks really good. I don't know if y'all can tell, but this side has the blurring tint on it, this side doesn't. So it's like my skin but better. So this side is with the blurring tint, this side is without. And I think it's giving skin. Y'all, this is just so smooth and hydrating. I will say if you have extremely oily skin, I wouldn't try this product because it's very hydrating and like oil based. I don't know if it has oil in it or not. Let me look and see. But I know when I was wearing it a couple of days ago, my skin was very glowy with it. And I naturally have very oily skin. So when it comes to like my forehead area, when I'm doing like a skin type makeup look, I try to stay away from putting foundation or any type of product on my forehead, whether it's like to conceal or anything. I try to stay away from that. The only thing that I will put on my forehead is like bronzer. So that's why you didn't see me put any of the blurring skin tint on my forehead. So I'm gonna move on to concealer. So these two concealers by Nars in the shade Walnut and Caramel are actually my favorite concealers at the moment, especially when I'm doing like a skin makeup look, because these are so creamy and just, I don't want to say they're sheer, but they don't provide like a, well, I don't want to say that they don't provide a whole bunch of coverage, because it provides coverage. It's just a more radiant natural coverage versus like something that's full coverage, because I would say this is medium to buildable coverage and not full. And I just started putting concealer on like I would be if I was doing a full face, because I'm so used to doing a full face. But I'll blend this out and y'all will see what I'm talking about how sheer this is. And even though I did put a little too much concealer, I'll be able to like clean it up, like you won't even be able to tell. That was the shade Walnut, and this is Caramel, and I am out of this, so I'm like scraping the bottom of the container. So Nars, if you see this, girl, put me on your PR list. So I'm just gonna place this at the highlight areas of my face. So that's the inner corner, bridge of my nose, and the beginning part of my eyebrows. So I'm not gonna drag this up or anything. I'm just gonna keep everything right here in the center. Just gonna take my wet sponge. This is a sponge that I got off Amazon and I love it. I think I get like 2 sponges for maybe $8, and that's a steal. So I'm just gonna blend the edges of this out first and drag it up and make sure I got everything blended. And do y'all see how seamlessly this is blending out? Like, it doesn't take a whole lot to blend these concealers out, and that's what I love about them the most. Like, they are just so natural. And then I'm gonna blend this forehead out, well, beginning of my eyebrow. not forehead. I guess it is my forehead. Y'all, who is texting me? Jesus. And then I'm gonna get my under eye. Yeah, I did put a little too much concealer because I didn't want it to look like this full. Oh goodness, I forgot to spray my face. I'm gonna take the Milk Hydros Reset Spray and spray my face. Now that spray really helps to blend everything and make it as seamless and natural as possible. So maybe that's why it wasn't blending the way I wanted it to, because I hadn't sprayed my face. Get it together, Tiana. Okay, so everything is blended out. Now we're gonna go into cream bronzer. I've been loving this cream bronzer by Nars. It is so good. This is in Laguna 4 and I love this stuff. Y'all can see I be using it. I do think I want to get the shade down from this because this can get a little dark. And when I'm going for like that really natural skin tint, I do not want to be super dark. And this is very dark. So I just put this everywhere I would put contour and kind of blend it out just a little bit with this little brush. And I do put this on my forehead. And then with my foundation brush, I'll go back in and just blend this out like I would if it was contour. And with this, you really have to manipulate it and just drag it and buff it out really well just to make sure it's skin-like. Yeah, now that I'm in this lighting, I can tell that I really do need to go down a shade. Can y'all see that? I don't know, but I can tell that I need to go down a shade. And then I drag it along my jawline just to make sure everything is nice and seamless. And then I just do the same on the other side. Y'all, this is so pretty. And then for the forehead, you really have to buff this. And y'all just got these braids done. I did them myself a couple of days ago, so I gotta hold these while I buff out my forehead. Do y'all see how radiant and glowy this is already? Like, I am so loving this already. So for blush, I'm gonna use this Patrick Top blush and She's That Girl. And what I like to do is just take my foundation brush and just pat it in here and then pat it on the tops of my cheeks, the apples of my cheek, whatever. Or is this the apple? I don't know, girl. Just the highest point of my cheek, where my cheekbone is, I like to pat that blush in and then start blending it. And then I drag it over the tops of my nose, or the bridge of my nose, whatever it is. And then I get some more for the other side. Y'all, this is so gorgeous. This is such a gorgeous cream blush. And then a little bit on my nose, the tip of it, because I'm feeling frisky. Oh, that was so corny. Okay. So she looking real nice and tight, looking real good. Now it's time to set. So I'm going to use this Huda Beauty setting powder, and this is in the shade Banana Bread. This is a little bit too light for what I'm trying to go for, but I do not have a skin tone setting powder for this type of look because, like I just told y'all, I always do like full glam looks, full naturals, all that. Never do a skin-like look. So this is the closest to what I have. So I'm just going to use a little bit of it, and hopefully it don't be, you know, too much. But I do want to pick up the Laura Mercier, and I think the one I want to get is like Honey Blonde. Not sure, but I'm just gonna take my sponge again and just blend my under eye out just to make sure I don't have any creases. And then I'm gonna go over that blush with my sponge so I don't have a harsh line. And to keep my under eye from creasing, I'm just going to take the back end of the sponge and dip it in my powder and then knock off the excess on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to place that powder right underneath my eye with the sponge and kind of press it in. This is going to help with under eye creasing, because if you just go straight in with a setting brush, I promise you it's going to crease. So you really have to get in the crevices with the tip of the sponge. And do y'all see how blurring that is already? Like, this is just chef's kiss. I love this powder. So I'm just taking the setting brush now, and I'm just taking just a little bit, tapping off the excess powder, and I'm just gonna place just a little bit under my eye where I put the concealer. Because I don't want to overdo this setting powder because it'll look like full glam under my eyes and the rest of my face is natural and it won't look cohesive. It won't. I don't want to say it won't look good, but for me it won't look cohesive and I don't like that look. And then just take and put a little bit everywhere you put concealer. And I like to put some in my eyebrows because I don't like glossy eyebrows. So I take my setting powder and just, you know, set the shine. And then we did put a little here. And to keep it from moving around my mouth, I like to go around the corners and the top of my mouth with setting powder. Now we're just gonna take a little bit on the jawline to set that tint. And this is looking so good already and we are almost finished, but not quite yet. So for brows, I really don't do much. I have this Benefit Cosmetics brow pencil and I think this is in the shade 4.5. I really don't like to do my brows when I'm doing like skin like look, if you will. I kind of just like to brush them up and just in the sparse areas, I like to just make hair-like strokes just to kind of fill that in a little. But as far as like doing a full-fledged brow, I do not partake in that. And so I do want to get into like brow gels because I think that would help a whole lot with this. And see, like I'm messing up right here because this brow is nothing like my other brow. So I'm just gonna brush this upward and out. Hopefully that'll fix it. All right, I'm gonna stop because I'll end up having to do like a full brow if I keep messing with it, but y'all see the vibes. Y'all know what I'm trying to go for. So that's pretty much all I do for brows. So I'm gonna take this Juvia's Place bronzer and I'm gonna use that top shade where I have reached pan at and just set everywhere where I put bronzing cream. So just taking a little bit of the top shade, I'm just gonna tap my face with this because everywhere you have cream or liquid product, you have to set it with a dry product. So I'm just dragging this over my chin and my jawline. And then I'm gonna take this top shade and the bottom shade and just go over my forehead lightly. I use that bottom shade because my forehead is naturally a little bit darker than the rest of my face. Why? Because that's where the sun hits it, because my forehead is pretty big, okay? So she had to have a little extra love. Going back into that Patrick Ta blush duo, I'm gonna take the bottom shade of She's That Girl and then just put blush everywhere I put that cream blush at. Using my bronzing brush, I'm just gonna tap, because this is very pigmented and we don't want a whole lot of blush, but we want some blush, just a flush of color. Just tap it on everywhere I put cream blush. And y'all, this is so pretty. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. So I naturally have oily eyelids. So what I do, if I'm not gonna put any like eyeshadow or concealer or anything on my eyelids, I like to take my setting powder and just dip my brush in here just to kind of soak up some of this oil that's on my eyelids. So I just go over it. And you see how it's taking away that oil? Yeah, love that for me. And y'all, when I tell you this makeup look has been getting me so many compliments because it's so effortless, it's so fresh, and it's perfect for summer. So if you are really looking to elevate your summer makeup game, I highly recommend getting a skin tint blurring stick from Fenty. Because yeah, she been eating. She's really been eating, and it does give skin, it gives my skin but better. So we are almost done, but I'm gonna go in with my mascara. Y'all already know this is my favorite mascara. It's the Benefit Bad Gal mascara, and she is really, really good. I do want to try Anastasia Beverly Hills mascara and the primer that she has for like your eyelashes before you put the mascara on. But I'm not working at the moment, at least not a whole lot, because I'm in nursing school and makeup is expensive, y'all. Like, woo, it is very expensive. I didn't realize how much money I was spending on makeup when I was working, because I don't want to say I had a plethora of money, but you know, it was consistent. It was coming in. I had incoming money and I knew how much I was getting every 2 weeks. So I was able to, you know, splurge on things that I liked and wanted. But now when I'm not working as much, you know, I have to be a lot mindful of the things that I purchase. And at the moment, $30, $40 worth of mascara products is not in the budget, sweetie. So, but yeah, Anastasia girl, if you see this and you want to send me some mascara, please do. We would love that. So yes, y'all see how long that made my eyelashes? I cannot make my eyes blink like that. I don't even know why I even tried that, but yeah. It looks so good. Look at me trying it again. For lips, I'm just gonna wipe off some of my chapstick so I can put the liner on. For lips, I'm gonna take this Skin by Kim Kardashian lip pencil. This is in the shade number 14. And I'm just gonna lightly line my lips. Not much because this is a natural skin look. But this is just gonna give my lips a little bit of definition. So I just kind of lightly line it. Like that, like so. And that is so cute. Now, these two lip glosses got me in a chokehold at the moment because when I tell you, two lip glosses elevate my makeup game every single time. Especially when I'm doing a look like this. It just take it up a notch. So I'm gonna first take Pistachio and put this all over my lips. Y'all, look at this. It is so soft and it feels so good. And even though it's like a lightweight lip gloss, baby, it don't move. These lip glosses stay on all freaking day. When I'm eating, drinking, whatever, they stay on all day. And I love these by Tower 28. So now I'm gonna take Coconut and just place this in the center to give me that pinkness back in my lips. Y'all can't tell me that don't look good. That looks so good. I am so loving this. I'm gonna set my face now. I'm gonna go back in with the Milk Set and Refresh. Oh, I should have waited before I did that because I need to put my all over face powder on. I'm gonna go in with this One Size foundation powder. This is my skin tone. It's in the shade Dark 2N, and I'm just gonna place this all over my face to blend everything out. So this is my foundation brush, and I'm just putting this everywhere that I put that blurring stick, but not too much because I don't want it to be, you know, too full coverage. And then spraying my face with this Set and Refresh. Not too much because I don't want to be too slick, too greasy, because it's already giving, you know, a little greasy. But not too much. It looks natural. It's like a hydrated makeup look. But like I said, I am extremely oily. So I'm going to take Patrick Starr's One Size and spray my face. Now that is some good setting spray. It makes sure that my face stays on all day. Even though it be a little slick, baby, she still don't move, okay? And I love that. And so I'm just gonna brush my eyebrows up just a little bit more. This is why I need that brow gel. Because if I had the brow gel, then I wouldn't have to keep brushing my brows up. They would just stay in place. But we're gonna get there, you know, baby steps. So this is the completed look. And she's cute. Like, I really love this look. It's just so cute, so fun, and just summery. You know, it's just giving skin, my skin, but better. I am really loving the way this look. This has been my go-to summer makeup look, and baby, when I tell you, it eats. It gets so many compliments. Even if I just have on like a cute little two-piece set and I just have this natural looking makeup on, baby, compliment after compliment after compliment after compliment, okay? So if you have not gotten one of the Fenty Beauty's blurring tint stick, I highly recommend this. This is so good. And it took me the longest to get one because when they first came out, they were sold out everywhere. I could not get my shade number 17 nowhere. But I finally ended up getting one, and I'm just so happy that I did. This is so good. There's a couple of more brands. I think Nars have one that I really want to try, and I think there's a makeup brand called Say or Sai. It's a foundation, but it's real lightweight. I do want to grab that, but like I said, y'all, I do not work. I only work once in a while because I'm in nursing school. So I have to be very mindful of what I spend my money on. So y'all just bear with me. Some of the content may be a little bit repetitive. That's because I just have not been able to go out to the stores and, you know, replenish on the things that I would love to. But yeah, so y'all please let me know down below in the comment section, how do y'all feel about my makeup? And also my braids, y'all. I just did these braids myself and the color was such a shocker. You know, because I was just so used to jet black hair. Every time I get my braids done, it's always in the number 1. Baby, I went white, 613, number 4, number 27. Okay, we went ash blonde on them, period. And it was a bit of a shock. You know, I almost wanted to cry once I got done because I just was not used to this color. But now that I got the face on, baby, yeah, she's eating and I love it. So, like I said, if you have not done so already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.